Oh yeah. And today, we're going to check out Alaria TCG and hTCG. Homemade TCG. But the art looks very great though. 3D rendered and all. So what I'm going to do, roll the big loud red dice, evens, red dragon, odds, the lady. If you can see it, that'll be a 10, so evens, big red dragon. Right, and if I haven't played yet, might look at the rule book if anything kind of throws me off, seems unfamiliar. Let's see if we can grok it just off of knowledge of prior TCGs. Try to open this without the pull tab. Get some teeth in there. And screw the pull tab. This thing is wrapped tight. But you know what? Scissors. Still gotta go in. There we go. All right, how many cards in the pack? Booster pack, 18 card pack, and you can find it on Game Crafter. Nothing on the back. 18 card booster pack, and I think the story of this is you get to play. Like one of these packs is enough for one player. Matter of fact, let's read some of these rules first. Okay, quick access rules. Yeah, we'll just go over the quick access rules. Your turn consists of the beginning phase, the attack phase, and end phase. So I went extra cheap. I just printed this out myself through trickery. And like, you know, the real deal, you'll get a way fancier rule book than this, I'm sure. But anyway, at the very start of your turn, gain 3 power points, 20 max. Note, the player starting the game for the first turn only gains 2. Draw a card if needed. Remember 3 spells/equipment in your hand max. Up to 3 actions max. 2 actions max on opponent's turn, but only 1 type of action max each. An attack roll must succeed against a defense roll to play an ability. Attack roll must succeed against an defense roll to play an ability. Abilities can be played if the ability roll for spell/equipment qualifies for said abilities, or if the ability power cost is paid for summons. Defeating opponent's summons increases your power points by their summons power score. Sending cards to the graveyard by sacrifice increases your power points. Yeah, I don't think this is just going to be easily understood without reading the rule book. But a gameplay overview. As a player, you will have 5 summons and 3 D20s. 1 for power, 1 for your summoners, 1 for your summons health, and 1 to attack, cast spells, and roll for effects. Face off against other mages utilizing spells and equipment to defeat all of your opponent's summons. Defeat all 5 and you win the battle. If you lose all your summons or you lack the power to play them, you lose. So utilize your power points wisely. Interesting. All right, let's just crack her open and we'll go into more detail later. You know, fancy back. Loving it. Got a little leather texture type of look. Sweet. Right, and for the first card, Baby Fire Drake. Dragon. 0 drop, perhaps. M1, whatever M1 is. Not Stickman, but M1. Scratch, deal 1 damage. Maybe Magic 1. M3, Bite, deal 3 damage. C5, Charred Breath, deal 6 damage. Flavor text. Centronium guards were wise to fear such a small beast. It was not so much because of how fierce it was, but because these drakes are not left abandoned. Melee 1, defense 2, and 2 on that bottom. 1 of 50 cards in the set, so. And it's got 1 white star there. Okay, yeah, we'll get to how to play it later. But for now, we'll just flip through the cards. Centronium Knight, human, 6-drop perhaps. M0, thrust, deal 3 damage. R2, parry. When opponent deals damage, prevent 1 damage and deal 1 damage. M4, slash, deal 6 damage. M6, critical strike, deal 7 damage. Melee 4, defense 3. 4 in the middle. Skurad, creature, 5-drop, M2, constrict, deal 2 damage. Additionally, if your opponent's summons power is 2 or less, have them roll a die. If they roll a 12 or lower, their summons receives -2 on their melee/cast score for the next 2 turns. M4, bite, deal 4 damage plus an additional 1 damage beginning each turn for the next 2 turns. Melee 3, evade 2, and a 3 on the bottom. 8 of 50. Ring of Mincer, equipment, 0. E, you may use this equipment before your attack roll. If you roll an 8 or higher, you may increase your melee/casting score by 1 for the turn. E, you may use this equipment before your defense roll. If you roll an 8 or higher, you may increase your defense/evade score by 1 for the turn. 23 of 50. Tripping Root, nature, manipulation, counter 6, summons of power 2 or lower can attack this turn. Summons of power 3 or lower can attack this turn with a 13. Right? Spell swap. Yeah, like, and this is all one dude's drawing, so it looks very, very pro. 3D rendered all by one guy, I think. Spell swap, alteration, manipulation, 4-drop, cast, choose a spell card from your hand, place it at the bottom of your spell book, and draw 2 additional spells. Exile spell swap, 5 on the bottom. Plup, creature, 0. M0, peck, deal 1 damage. R0, evade. Roll a die. If you roll 12 or higher, opponent's summons misses their attack. Melee 0, evade 3. Terratran, Elder Dragon. It's got 4 stars on the bottom, whatever that means. 10-drop. Engulfed in fire. E, whenever a summons of level 3 or lower attacks Terratran, they take 1 damage at the end of their attack phase. Summons of power 1 or lower take 2 damage. M2 Tail Whip, deal 6 damage. M4 Dragon Wren, deal 8 damage. C5 Incinerate, deal 9 damage. Melee 5, defense 5, and a 5 in the middle. Yeah, ain't really no sense in really reading all these all the way like this until I really figure out how to play the game. But just look at them for a second. Centronium Squire, human, 2-drop. With all those moves, deal 2, 4, 7, cut, stab, sever. Soulburn, Dark Curse, 3-drop. 4 damage, 4 damage, 4 damage. And attack summons receives -1 on their defense/evade score for the next 4 turns. And attack summons receives -2 on their defense/evade score permanently. So it sounds like, if I were to guess, it's like you make a roll to attack, then the op makes it a roll to evade/defend. It sounds about right. Arcane Dome, Arcane Construct, 3-drop. Counter spell of power 1 or lower. 3 or lower, 5 or lower, and then maybe you tick down one of the dice. No. You gotta roll that amount on the dice, and then if you roll that threshold, you probably get to do whatever it says. Yeah, so you spend your 3 mana on the black. Spend your 3 mana on the. Spend your 3 power on the black to cast spells, right? Something like that. And then, yeah, spend your mana. Then you roll to see what it does. And then if you hit that threshold, it probably does that. That's what I'm guessing. Okay, Ember Scorch, Fire, Bolt, 0 drop, cast. You hit a 5 at least, you deal 2 damage. You hit a 17, you deal 5 damage. 17 or higher. Right, Frosthog, Beast, 3 drop. In melee 3, 2 defense, 3 in the middle with 1 star, 7 of 50. M1, kick, deal 3 damage. M3 charge, deal 4 damage. M5 maul, deal 5 damage. So these don't seem to have to deal with rolling the die. Yeah, let me try to get a little more context into this before I cut the video. Summons. Okay, 1 star is common, 2 stars uncommon, 3 stars rare, 4 stars legendary. So we know the Elder Dragon was legendary, 4 drop, 4 star. Got mostly commons. Yep, I think everything else we've gotten so far is a common. No. Plup Plup is a rare already. And yeah, everything else is a common. Okay, C signifies cast, E signifies effect, R is retaliation, right? Effects, summons, counter, cast, M. I'm looking for them M's. Melee? M1. M signifies melee ability. Okay, so those things, those are abilities. So melee ability. Elements of a turn. Beginning phase, attack phase, power cost. Alright, just trying to go over this real fast. We'll figure it out next time. But M1 kick, deal 3 damage. M3 charge, deal 4 damage. M5 maul, deal 5 damage, and some more stuff. Got that Game Crafter toxin smell. Good smell. Game Crafter card smell, you know. Shocking retaliation, lightning bolt, 2 drop. Like if you hit a 5, deal 3 damage. 11, deal 5 damage. 17, deal 7 damage. Summons. Common again. Yeah, Frosthog common too. Divine Pierce, Divine Bolt, 5 drop. Cast, deal 4 damage. 14, deal 8 damage. E, Divine Pierce does 2 additional damage to monsters, demons, undead, and fiends. Tree Slug, 0 drop, common, melee 0, defense 1, 1 in the middle, R1 block. When opponent says summons attack, prevent 1 damage. M2, thrust, deal 3 damage. Smooth it there. Okay. Novice Raise, Dark Necromancy, 2 drop. Sweet art there. Cast 7, bring back a summons of power 1 or less from the graveyard to your hand with 8 health. Okay, nice recursion. 13, choose 1, bring back a summons of power 0 from the graveyard to your hand with 12 health. Or bring back a summons of power 2 from your graveyard with 8 health. Yeah, so there aren't many summons, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it's a creature. Mend, Divine Heal, 3 drop. Cast, you hit an 8 or above, probably. Heal your summons for 2 health. And 14, heal your summons for 6 health. 2 on the bottom. What is that thing on the bottom? Alright. Lot to figure out. I'm sure I'll have it figured out by the time we open up this one next time. And what's your favorite card? It's probably got to be one of these two, I'm sure. Maybe this guy. This guy's cool too. Can't forget about Drake. Soulja Boy was the first rapper to play Alaria TCG. You know that. Snake spider looks cool. A lot of cool art. Flaming purple skull. Lightning bolt. Yeah. But anyway, we'll see if we hit some repeats, some copies on the next pack. And smell you later. Like, comment, subscribe for your games.